Hello and yes, welcome to another review with Rockboy680. That's me. Today I'm going over another album by Bob Dylan. An album which I actually only just purchased yesterday on vinyl. I have heard it twice before, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't listen to it properly. But I listened to this album last night and it blew me away. Blew me away so much I had to listen to it again. And then I listened to it again this morning because I knew I was going to review it. So I've actually listened to it 5 times now. And I just really enjoy this album. It's Bob Dylan's Highway 61 Revisited. Yeah, so a lot of people watch my videos on YouTube. They'll know that in my last video I literally just got this. This is an original first pressing UK copy, and it's a mono. And I only got that for £5, which is pretty amazing. But anyway, I'll go over it a bit more at the end, give you a bit more information about what's on the cover and whatnot, what the picture resembles, but I don't even think Bob had much of a clue back in '65 when this came out, which I saw in an interview. But anyway, Highway 61 was released on August 30th, 1965. It took 8 days to record in the studio, which is very impressive considering how much people admire this album. It was Bob's 6th album, and this was, I believe it was his first, where he went electric, put a bit of electric guitar on it. And then, of course, the next album was very similar, bringing it all back home. It got to number 3 in the US, which is very impressive, and number 4 in the UK. So it's a very highly rated album. So anyway, we're going to go over the track listing first. So the first one up is Like a Rolling Stone. Like a Rolling Stone is considered one of the greatest songs of all time in quite a few people's opinions, especially Bob Dylan fans. I'm not going to say I agree, because it isn't one of my favourite songs of all time. It is one of my favourite Dylan songs, however. I believe Rolling Stones magazine rated it the best song of all time at one point, I believe. I'm just going by things I've heard on YouTube, and you know, I done a lot of research on this album last night, this morning on Wikipedia. So it's a very great song. A lot of people love it. A lot of people are inspired by it, and you know, it's great. I love the chorus, fantastic. I believe he wrote this about his partner who was leaving him. You know, just a bit of putting a bit of anger, putting some of his feelings into the song. You know, which is completely understandable. You know, it's a fantastic song, really good. Okay, so the next song up is Tombstone Blues. The Tombstone Blues really shows how more into the electric sounding guitar Bob Dylan was at this point, because the electric guitar plays a huge part in this song, as does the drums. It's a heavy song for Dylan, early stuff, let's say. Not a heavy song, but for Dylan it was at this point in time. And I think the lyrics are about his family or something, you know, I'm not 100% sure. But it's a really cool, really interesting song, and I highly recommend Tombstone Blues. So track 3, It Takes a Lot to Laugh, It Takes a Train to Cry. This is a very mellow song, but this song here I really enjoy, because my opinion of Dylan is he's most probably the best songwriter of all time, or he's up there with Lennon and McCartney and all the rest. But his voice, you know, it's a hit and miss. You either like it or you don't like it. So I can understand why people don't like it. I can understand why people do like it. Me, however, I'm in the middle. I like some of his songs, his voice, his vocal performance. Other times, I don't. But this song, his voice is really well tuned, and it does come across really good. His vocal performances here most probably the best on the album. I know people are going to disagree and most probably say Like a Rolling Stone in the chorus, you know. But for me, I just think his vocal performances are the best on this song. So track 4, from a Bucket 6. Well, after It Takes a Lot to Laugh, you know, this song really picks up the album again. Becomes a lot faster. Bit more of a quick feeling. It's not a fantastic song. It's not hugely exciting, but it's not bad. It picks the album up again. There's a nice organ melody in there. It's not a bad song. It fills up the album. And then Ballad of a Thin Man. Another great song. It's a really cool song. I really enjoy listening to this one. I would highly recommend this one out again. Very good song. We're going to move on to side 2 now. Queen Jane Approximately. Bit of an unusual name, but who cares? I saw in someone else's review that I was watching earlier, he used a word which I want to use here because it is the best word to describe this song. Relaxing. It's a really nice, slow song. It's really nicely tuned, really nice, tone. The vocal performances are good. It's really nice. I really enjoy listening to this song, and I'd highly recommend it because it's just such a nice, peaceful song, really. Okay, now we're going on to the title of the album, Highway 61 Revisited. By the way, I think it's a great name for the album. It's a great name. I'm glad he picked that for the title of the album. I mean, I don't know what other songs he might have gone with. Maybe like a Rolling Stone, which would have been a good title for the album as well, or Tombstone Blues. But I'm glad he went with Highway 61 Revisited because it's a really nice title for the album. Some unusual lyrics, a bit strange, but they're very interesting, and it's a really cool song. I really enjoy listening to it, and again, I'm going to recommend it because it is another really cool song. Okay, Just Like Tom Thumb's Blues. Another very interesting song. The lyrics here are really good. There's a nice slow guitar on there, and it brings the album down a bit, slows it down. The album settles down, and I like it when albums do that. I've talked about this in other reviews before, where I like it where an album has a nice rocking track, then it slows down to maybe a nice one with a little acoustic guitar. I like that because you get a mix of genres here. Because I like rock music and I like really slow music. I can like some heavy metal music. I can like some jazz music. So for me, it's great because you get this all these different genres, and it's really fun to listen to. And it's a really cool song. Okay, last song now, Desolation Row. Now then, this is a really long song. I believe it's like 10 or 11 minutes long. And I was checking out the lyrics on this website last night for the song, and the lyrics go on and on and on and on. I remember Bob Dylan saying in an interview that it only took him, I think it was 7 or 8 minutes to write Like a Rolling Stone. I wonder how long it took him to write this song. I would really be interested to know, so if someone knows, leave a message below. But it's a very interesting song. There's not really a chorus in it, but it doesn't matter. It's an interesting song, but I at the end of it, I do get a bit bored of it. I'm going to be honest. I like the song a lot, but this is definitely an overdragged song. It goes on a bit too long in my opinion, but people out there love it, and I can't blame them, because I can understand why people would like it, because it's Dylan. Okay, so before I give it a mark out of 10, I'm just going to quickly show you my record, which I bought literally about this time yesterday for me. I was purchasing this, so I've had it only a day. It's in really good condition, considering how old it is. There's a bit of wear, obviously, but it's from '65, so what more would you expect? Mono on the CBS label, Highway 61. Now there are other copies going about with some writing just under here, but the original didn't have that, so original. It's a first pressing because I looked at the numbers on the internet to make sure that to find out what numbers the first pressings had, and this one has the first pressing numbers. So yeah, this record normally goes for around, I'd seen it on, I checked on eBay last night. I couldn't even find a copy on eBay, and then I checked on Amazon, and the cheapest one going there, obviously second hand, original first pressing 1965 UK copy, was, I think it was £55. It's crazy. I know that does generally go for more than £20 normally, this record, but you know, I got this for £5 in a £5 box, and the crazy thing was, it was off a dealer. You know, I didn't know how much it was worth at the time, I'm going to be honest. I looked at it and said, I've heard really good things about this album, I don't mind a bit of Dylan, I'm going to buy it. Really good buy, and I love the record, it's great. So out of 10, I was debating whether to give it an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10, but you know, just going over the songs again, I think I've made my mind up. It's going to be a 9 out of 10. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Don't forget to leave a message, like the video, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.